Have you ever studied English every single day? But when it's time to speak, your mind goes blank? Do you know what it feels like to understand every word in your head, but your tongue refuses to move? You read, you write, you memorize, but when someone says hello, you freeze. My friend, you are not alone. Millions of learners feel the same. But there is a truth that changes everything. If you've ever been the quiet student who knows but can't speak, this story is for you. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Arif. He was 26 years old and lived in a small town by the river. Every morning, he rode his old bicycle to work at a small printing shop. But Arif had a dream. He wanted to speak English fluently, to travel, make friends from other countries, and one day work online so he could help his parents. So, every evening after work, Arif studied. He watched English videos. He repeated phrases. He wrote new words in a notebook. His shelf was full of grammar books and sticky notes. Yet, whenever someone spoke English near him, his heart began to race. His mouth became dry, and not a single word came out. While others in his town showed off their English on social media, Arif stayed silent. He thought, maybe I'm just not talented. People laughed kindly and said, Arif studies a lot, but he never speaks. Their words cut deep. Still, every night, he promised himself, tomorrow I will try again. But tomorrow always came, and the silence remained. Weeks turned into months. Arif kept studying reading grammar rules, memorizing vocabulary lists. He even downloaded speaking apps. But nothing changed. One afternoon, the printing shop received a foreign customer, an old man with kind eyes. He needed some documents printed in English. Arif's boss called him. Arif, you studied English, right? Help this man. Arif's palms began to sweat. He opened his mouth, but only broken sounds came out. The old man smiled gently and said, It's okay. Slow down. Still, Arif's face burned with shame. That evening, he sat alone by the river, watching the sunset paint the sky orange. He felt heavy, like the world was pressing on his chest. I study so much, he whispered, but I still can't speak. What is wrong with me? Just then, the same old man walked by, carrying a small wooden stick and a bag. He saw Arif and stopped. Ah, the quiet student, he said kindly. Arif looked down. I'm not a student. I just fail again and again. The old man sat beside him and took out two small stones from his bag. One stone, he said, is smooth and shiny. The other is rough and dull. He placed them in Arif's hand. The smooth one stayed in the river, rolling and touching other stones every day. The rough one hid under a tree, never touching water, never moving. Arif stared at them. So what does that mean? The old man smiled. English is like water. You can study about it forever. But until you touch it, until you speak and move with it, you will stay like the rough stone. Arif didn't fully understand. He nodded politely. The old man stood up and said, When you are ready, come to the park tomorrow morning. Then he walked away. That night, Arif couldn't sleep. His mind replayed the words, until you touch it, until you speak and move with it. The next morning, Arif went to the park. The old man was there, talking to a group of children. teaching them simple English words through games. He waved at Arif. "Ah, the stone has come to the river," he said with a smile. Arif blushed but stayed. The old man handed him a paper. "Today, you don't study alone. You speak. You make mistakes. You laugh. That's how you grow smooth." At first, Arif was terrified. His tongue felt heavy. He said apple and the children giggled at his accent. His face turned red. But the old man clapped and said, "Good. Your voice touched the water." Day after day, Arif came to the park. He practiced simple sentences with the children. "Good morning. How are you? What color is this?" It was hard. His voice shook. But he kept going. Weeks passed. His words became clearer. He started helping the old man teach. Then one day, a tourist asked him for directions in English. Without thinking, Arif answered, "Go straight and turn left near the tea shop." The tourist smiled. "Thank you." Arif froze. He had spoken naturally, without fear. For the first time, he understood. Speaking English was never about knowledge. It was about courage. He realized he had spent years collecting words, but never using them. Like the rough stone under the tree, he had hidden from the river of real conversation. Now, he spoke to people every day. To customers, to friends, even to strangers online. Sometimes he made mistakes, but he laughed and corrected himself. Months went by. Arif started a small YouTube channel to help other learners. His first video was titled, "Don't Be the Rough Stone." It was simple. His English was not perfect, but it was real, and thousands of people listened. 1 year later, Arif stood by the same river where he once felt hopeless. The wind touched his face softly. He closed his eyes and whispered, "Thank you, old man." He remembered the 2 stones. Now, his heart felt like the smooth one. Calm, strong, alive. People in his town no longer laughed. They came to him for help. "Arif, can you teach my son English?" "Arif, how do I practice speaking?" He smiled and shared his story. He told them, "Don't wait to be perfect. Speak now." Mistakes are the bridge between silence and fluency. The same river flowed beside him. The same town, the same people. But Arif had changed. He had found his voice. And in doing so, he helped others find theirs too. Dear listener, maybe you are like Arif. Maybe you study every day. But when you try to speak, your voice hides inside. Every one of us holds 2 stones inside, the rough stone of fear and the smooth stone of courage. The one you become depends on which you let touch the river. Stop waiting for perfect English. Speak with your heart. Talk to yourself, to your friends, to strangers online. Use the words you already know. Start today, because the longer you wait, the rougher your stone becomes. Let your English flow like water. Let it shape you. Let it make you alive. If this story touched your heart, if it gave you a little hope or courage to speak, please like this video and share it with another learner who needs it. Subscribe to English Stories with Heart, where we bring you new stories every week. Stories to warm your spirit and grow your voice. Thank you for listening, dear friend. Keep speaking, keep shining, and I'll see you in the next story.